Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, several new businesses celebrate their grand openings.
Plus, local teens participate in a program giving them an opportunity to get a first-hand lesson in local government.
Then the Roaring 90s Club celebrates 10 years of friendship. We'll tell you all about this unique group of local residents.
And be sure to take a few extra pennies with you next time you head to the post office. We'll tell you why. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. United States Coast Guard pilots are heading to Torrance this week. During the first 2 weeks of February, Zamperini Field will host a 2-week helicopter proficiency training exercise. And since noise concern is a sensitive topic for area residents, helicopters are expected to fly only during afternoon hours. Pilots will train on the MH-65C Dolphin. 12 to 15 training exercises of no longer than 90 minutes are planned, with up to 20 separate takeoffs and landings. Pilots will have to demonstrate proficiency in landing the aircraft in emergencies. The Coast Guard requires that a full-length runway and a land-based crash response crew be available. And while the helicopters are based at LAX, Coast Guard officials say the airspace above the airport is too crowded for many of their exercises. That leaves other airports like Los Alamitos Army Airfield, Oxnard Airport, Palmdale Regional Airport, Naval Air Station, Point Mugu, and Zamperini Field here in Torrance.
LA County Supervisor Don Knabe is getting in the spotlight, and he's hoping the community will tune in. Knabe will host a 30-minute talk show on the Charter Cable Network. The series is called Dialed In with Don Knabe on the California Channel 101. And while the city of Torrance does not carry Charter Cable, residents can view his show online by logging onto youtube.com/dknabe. The show will feature interviews with guests ranging from local politicians and lawmakers, artists, professors, athletes to musicians. He hopes to create a dialogue and open forum of discussion with a wide range of guests, which will give residents a better understanding about the services and programs available throughout the county and hopefully more insight to how local government works. The 4th District encompasses much of LA County's coastline, including the South Bay.
Speaking of local government, Torrance 8th graders are encouraged to apply for the upcoming Students and Government Day. Now, in its 7th year, the City of Torrance will begin taking applications for this unique program for local 8th grade students, either in the public or private schools in Torrance. This program gives students a unique opportunity to gain an understanding and appreciation of local government. Students that participate will become more informed and involved, exposing them to a possible career in public service. Now, to participate, 8th graders must write or type a 100 to 150-word essay on this topic. The United States Congress is responsible for creating laws at the federal level, while Torrance City Council is responsible for creating laws at the city level. Describe one law that you think Torrance City Council should create and how it would improve the city of Torrance and benefit citizens who live here. Among the applicants, only 22 students will be invited to participate. Activities on the day of the program include job shadowing, elected officials, and city management staff, as well as opening an actual city council meeting to air live on television. Essays must be submitted to their social studies teacher by February 19th. Forms are available online at torranceca.gov/students.htm. You can also call the city manager's office at 310-618-5880 for more information. Students and Government Day will take place on May 7th, 2013.
Another program geared towards getting local teens involved in public service is the YMCA's Youth and Government Program. Reporter Wealthy Jenner tells us more.
For 5 days, over 2,500 of California's high school students will be taking over the Capitol to mock a model legislative court. Student Vice President of the delegation, Russell Hash, tells us how it feels to play the part of a politician.
There's a sense of being official, dressing up in a student tie every day as if we were real politicians and performing the jobs that we see, senators and assembly members, they perform every day. It gives us a sense of just like an accomplishment in our everyday lives. It's a great program.
It's the 65th year of the YMCA-run program where it teaches students how to debate, write bills, and take on specific legislative roles.
you are directly getting involved in the political scene as well as the courtroom scene. And so you have the opportunity to be a senator, you have the opportunity to be a lawyer, or whatever interests you in our government or court systems, it's here in Youth in Government. And that's why I think Youth in Government is the program to be in.
Additionally, the program helps students get over their fear of public speaking and make new friends from all over California.
My favorite part is meeting people from all over California. Like, I know people in Northern California, like way Southern California, that I wouldn't have known without the club. And you just make a lot of great friendships, and it's a really good way to like branch out and have connections all over the state.
Lead advisor Ashley Thomas of the South Bay Torrance YMCA agrees the program not only fosters strong social skills, it also helps prepare students for real-life experiences.
If you're in the program, I mean, it's getting public speaking skills, things that you need for the real world, for jobs, as well as just meeting people and knowing how to communicate and, do interviews and learn skills that you need in life, as well as have fun and go to dances and just mingle and meet new people.
To prepare for the trip to Sacramento, each participating YMCA has a delegation that meets regularly in the weeks beforehand, and all delegations attend 2 training sessions at Military Base Camp Roberts.
I've always been into politics and argumentation, and so my freshman year I was actually in speech and debate, and so I was looking into a more direct and involved way to get into politics, and Youth in Government really is that program.
Delegates are excited for their upcoming trip and taking over Sacramento, even if it is just for 5 days.
Sacramento is an experience that you really can't describe, but if I were to summarize it in just a few sentences, it would be that it's a very large city, and when it's all populated with kids, you just get this feeling of power. It's as though we really are running the state. And I think that's what really draws me to Sacramento, and that's the best part about it.
For This Week in Torrance, I'm Wealthy Jenner.
Thanks, Wealthy. To learn more about the Youth in Government program, email info@calymca.org.
The city of Torrance is gearing up for an exciting visit from friends traveling thousands of miles to be here. Celebrating 40 years of friendship and partnership, Torrance will host a 5-member delegation from its sister city of Kashiwa, Japan. This group of delegates are members of the Kashiwa Assembly, which is our city council's counterpart. During their time in Torrance, the delegation will visit a variety of city facilities, along with a visit at the next city council meeting, in addition to other popular California landmarks. Coming up, stamp prices are on the rise. Find out how you can avoid paying any future increases.
And a new business opens here in Torrance, offering customers a healthier you. Find out how.
We are this close.
We are this close.
To direct models.
We're this close. This close to making history.
This close.
From 120.
We are this close.
We are this close.
This close.
This close to changing the world. We are this close to making sure no child suffers a crippling
disease
ever again.
We are this close to making history.
We are this close to ending polio.
This close to ending polio.
We're this close.
This close.
This close to ending polio.
This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
All we need is you.
All we need is you. All we need is you.
Is you.
We are this close. This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
The internet may have taken over in the way that many do business, pay bills, and even communicate, but according to the United States Postal Service, millions are still using their services. Reporter Brittany Ben finds out more about their recent stamp increase and what consumers can do to avoid paying more in the future.
Take a few extra pennies with you if you're heading to the post office. The United States Postal Service recently raised the price of stamps to 46 cents. And despite the 1 cent price increase, many customers are saying it won't affect their mailing habits.
I still utilize Postal Service, U.S. Postal Service, more than any other postal service services available. Not really. 1 penny will make no difference on an individual level. But I don't know. I would like to see post offices staying alive, staying open, rather than being closed or rather than seeing their staff being cut.
In 2012, USPS made nearly $32 billion just from first-class mailing, despite reports of a net loss of nearly $16 billion. Spokesperson Richard Marr explains.
Well, the Postal Service has adopted the industry standard of adjusting prices annually every January. That's what FedEx and UPS do, so we do also. Although stamp prices for letters don't always go up every year. This is only the second increase since 2009, but we do adjust all of our prices in January.
The price increase was first announced back in October as USPS struggles to compete with the popularity of emails and online bill paying. Yet despite the decline in first-class mail, online shopping is actually helping boost their business.
Our first-class letter volume has declined drastically because of the alternatives that customers have to communicate and transact business electronically. But our shipping services actually have increased. The internet taketh away and the internet giveth, so some of our volume has increased.
And while 6.1 million customers still use the Postal Service annually, in order to attract more business, they're introducing a new global forever stamp and free package tracking.
So even though the price is going up a little bit, there is some good news in that free tracking will be included in that. And we also have something new this year, a global forever stamp that you can use for international mail. It's $1.10, and you can use that to mail a 1-ounce letter anywhere in the world. And just like our domestic forever stamps, they'll be good forever. So for our international mailers, that's good news.
With these new additions, USPS is hoping their customers will continue to use their services.
Normally I get forever stamps, so I don't really care how much it's increased, so I'm okay with it.
The Forever Stamp was first introduced in 2007, and with the expectation that stamp prices will go up again, having a few extra Forever Stamps around may not be a bad idea. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Brittany Bin.
Thanks, Brittany. If you need to buy new stamps, you can skip the lines at the post office and have them delivered straight to your door. Stamps can be purchased online at USPS.com.
A new business offering pain management solutions and an overall healthier you celebrated its grand opening. CitiCABLE 3's Shannon Murphy tells us more.
Dragons and the community are out to celebrate the grand opening of Sun Living Health and Wellness here in Torrance. Mayor Frank Scotto, Councilman Bill Sutherland, and local representatives were in attendance to congratulate Dr. Ruben Chen on fulfilling his lifelong dream.
This is my medical clinic. I've been literally dreaming about this since I was in medical school.
The grand opening of Sun Living and Wellness included a ribbon-cutting ceremony hosted by the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce, further bolstering economic growth for the city and community.
Sun Living Health and Wellness is a medical clinic that treats pain management and weight loss with a holistic sense.
Sun Living combines Eastern and Western medicine to provide traditional forms of therapy as well as acupuncture, massage, prolotherapy, and much more.
We also do a lot of exercise therapy, and we have a weight loss program which is integral, I think, in pain management.
Dr. Chen supports other local businesses by offering Sunrider supplements for his patients, as well as a great grand opening offer. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Shannon Murphy.
Thanks, Shannon. For more information, you can check them out online. Go to sunlivinghealth.com.
Well, the local economy is looking bright as new businesses seem to be popping up each week and existing businesses are expanding. Vong Associates certified public accountants recently moved into a larger office space. Mayor Frank Scotto and council members Tom Brewer and Bill Sutherland were on hand at the ribbon-cutting ceremony to help celebrate the company's expansion.
And they are really our true heroes. Seriously, people who raise their families here in the South Bay, entrepreneurs, family-owned businesses, many in the high-tech and communications industries, people who have the passion, the creativity, and the courage to find unique and exciting ways to contribute to our economy and our community.
A group of 13 professionals have worked in the South Bay area for more than 25 years, and they continue to provide the community with resources for all their accounting, tax, and business needs.
A local Catholic school voted South Bay's best private school by the Daily Breeze opened its doors recently, inviting the community to come and see for themselves how they've earned that title 3 years in a row. Wealthy Jenner tells us more.
St. Catherine Labore Catholic School in Torrance hosted an open house recently to showcase their programs and academic achievements.
We have lots on our program for this year. I want to say that regularly we're looking at our program and saying, how could we better serve our kids? So within the last 2 years, we have introduced Spanish into all levels of our curriculum, iPads into all levels of our curriculum. We've lengthened our school day 15 minutes per day. We have expanded our school year from 180 days to 190 days.
Kathleen Gorsey has been principal for 28 years, and the school is home to a modest number of 428 students from preschool to 8th grade.
Day in and day out, what we want to do is to prepare our kids to succeed in the next grade level and to be able to succeed in any high school to which they might want to apply. So those are our goals.
Along with building a community of faith and working to understand their students, Principal Gorsey is intertwining the ever-changing world of technology into their teachings.
I would like to appeal to our kids' sense of focus by even getting large screen TVs in our rooms. Kids are more likely to look at something on a screen than they are to look at the chalkboard.
St. Catherine's is not only known for their high academic standards, it's also gained popularity for their faculty and parent volunteers who contribute to the students' experience.
It's the academics and the people. The faculty and Mrs. Gorsey as a principal are wonderful with the students and with the families. They really care about the student and how they grow in Catholic faith and Catholic education.
Voted best private school in the South Bay for the past 3 years by the Daily Breeze, St. Catherine's intends on keeping their reputation above the standard.
Our community is really strong. I think parents would enjoy a community where parents are there to help and serve and make the school better for everybody. So we welcome that from all of our new parents and our longer-term parents as well.
St. Catherine Labore has a student-to-teacher ratio of 22-1, and they are delighted to show off as what they've been said to be an educational powerhouse. For Torrance CitiCABLE Channel 3, I'm Wealthy Jenner.
Thanks, Wealthy. St. Catherine Labore School is located on 3846 Redondo Beach Boulevard in Torrance. For more information about programs available on their campus, you can log on to stcat.org.
Torrance teens looking to make a difference in the community brought more than smiles to the faces at the local senior center. Brittany Ben has that story.
Leis and Hawaiian shirts were in no shortage at the Bartlett Senior Center as members gathered together to enjoy the 3rd annual Torrance Youth Council Talent Show. Hosted by the Torrance Youth Council, student event organizers worked with the center to create a show that would not only entertain the seniors, but also uplift their spirits.
It's just enjoyable to see the kids doing all their different things, you know, and they're very talented, and, you know, it's just a nice event.
The Torrance Youth Council serves as an advisory board to the Torrance City Council, where they address issues facing today's youth. They also raise funds for the community and provide volunteer services. The program showcased the talents of 26 high school students with acts ranging from hula dancing to guitar and piano playing. Each of the students who participated chose to spend their day off school giving back to the community.
I did it because I love volunteering and then I love elderly people, so it just seemed like a good thing to do on a Monday where you don't have anything to do at home.
Yeah, last year I did it with some of my friends, like in my band, and I wanted to do it again this year, and so when my friend asked me about it, I was like really willing, and I know that I loved it. I knew that I loved it last year, so I wanted to do it again.
The Torrance Youth Council hosts several events throughout the year. However, this event specifically aims at bridging the gap between the young and the senior members of the community.
Sometimes high schoolers kind of
put themselves in a corner and don't expose themselves to all of the community. And this gives them an opportunity to meet some of our senior citizens around Torrance and meet some kids from other high schools. So it just gets our community interacting in a lot of different ways.
Of the 75 seniors in attendance, many of them frequent the center to play cards and to socialize. 3-year member Rhoda Fires explains.
We come every Monday anyway, and so whenever there's a special event, it makes it more exciting.
The Torrance Youth Council has been planning the event since September, and event attendees not only appreciate their hard work, but also their kind personalities.
It's fun, yeah. It's fun seeing the youth, of the area, because, my kids went to school in Torrance, and so that was a long time ago. And we're all proud of all these high schoolers and what they've achieved, they come and entertain us. And they're really sweet. They really are nice with seniors.
One of the goals of the council is to get the youth of Torrance more involved with the community, and this event did just that. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Brittany Bin.
Thanks, Brittany. If you're interested in learning more about the activities happening at the Bartlett Senior Center, contact them at 310-320-5918. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you about an event taking place at El Camino College called 10 Years After. You won't want to miss it.
If I ride, I will know the way the trees smell after the rain. I will grow a heart so strong that hospitals will take Tuesdays off. If I ride uphill, I will eventually get to ride downhill. That's how it works. If I ride, my breath will fill the air instead of smoke and car exhaust. If I ride, road rage will turn into laughter. And I won't be a boy or a girl. I will just be a rider. If I ride, I will be strong.
Welcome back, everybody. There's an exciting new course, a first of its kind taking place at El Camino College. It's called 10 Years After, which takes a look at seldom seen images from events from a decade ago. Here in studio is the writer-producer, John Powers. Hey, John, how you doing?
I'm well, Ben. Thank you very much for having me here to talk about and let the community know about this program.
Well, tell us about this interesting course.
Well, I would begin by saying what makes it unique is that it gives us insight into current events by looking into our recent past. I, like most people, try to keep up on current events, but more often than not, things break and they take me by surprise, and I wonder, how did that happen? And I bet there's a lot more out there going on than really we know right now. And as I've thought about that, it occurred to me, well, we do know about what goes on, but from events from our recent past. And the more I thought about that, I thought that it would be interesting to our community to explore some of that. And so I made a presentation to El Camino College Community Education to look back into our recent past to get insight into what is going on today. And they were very receptive to it because, in part, I could present a very engaging and entertaining experience because so much of the information that's emerged is not just documents, but it's imagery, it's photographs, and in particular, videos. And I knew I could recreate these events for an audience, as I said, in a very entertaining way, while at the same time revealing not only what we knew, but what we've come to know since then.
John, how did you go about selecting the topics?
Well, very simply, the year 2003 had a lot of big events, but these 4 events that I selected here were among the most prominent. Also, there was a great deal of content created and written about them, so there was a great deal for me to work with about them. Also, they cover a wide variety of areas because we're dealing with world affairs, politics, science, and technology. So it would give our audience or our members who join us in this course many things to look at. And then finally, and coincidentally, each of these events almost lands 10 years to the date on the event which we're presenting them.
Tell us about your special guest.
For our first event, we're presenting an exploration of the Space Shuttle Columbia, and we've invited in David Seidel, who is Deputy Education Director from Jet Propulsion Laboratory. David is very knowledgeable not only of current NASA programs, which we're going to be discussing, but also the Columbia disaster.
Now, we say the folks at home, I can just see it now, they're interested in and what do they do to find out all about this and the times and the place?
Well, we begin on Thursday, February 7th, 6:30 p.m. at El Camino College, Hague Recital Hall. And the simplest thing to do is to call this number, 310-660-6460, and everything will be taken care of from there.
Writer-producer John Powers, thank you very much. We hope it's a tremendous success. For all of you at home, if you'd like to learn more about this event, you can go to ecommunityed.com. Still ahead, a local organization called the Roaring 90s Club celebrates a big milestone. We'll bring you that story, plus find out what's happening on the sports desk. Juan Hernandez has a preview.
This could be a bicycle. Or a bat. This could be a robot. Or an airplane. This could be a playground. This could be a book bag.
Or a soccer ball.
This could be a book. This could be beautiful. This cannot be trash. This can all be recycled. Learn more at thiscouldbe.org.
Welcome back. El Camino College Art Gallery presents their latest exhibit called Washed Up, Oceans in Peril. You can come check it out from February 11th through March 7th with an artist reception on February 21st from 7 to 9 p.m. The show highlights work from 20 Southern California artists who individually responded to the ongoing problems in the sea and the adjoining shores, addressing the climatic changes and recent events such as Superstorm Sandy and tsunami in Japan. Admission to the art gallery and gallery events are free. Now let's go out to the sports desk where Juan Hernandez has a preview of what's to come.
Juan, what do you have for us?
Jen, Ben, great to see you here as always. This week on the show we've got scores and highlights, of course. Going to give you checkups on some Pioneer League and Bay League standings. We've also got some Pioneer League soccer. There's a new heavy hitter in boys soccer that just set themselves up to make a run at the league crown as the regular season winds down. Plus, we wanted to see what some athletes are doing to get in shape and stay conditioned around Torrance. So I got a little hands-on with a new but not so new fitness phenomenon. To make sure you catch all that, you can see the sports desk at 4 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. every day right here on CitiCABLE 3.
Thanks, Juan. A local organization called the Roaring 90s Club hosted a special party at the Brookdale Pacific Inn senior residence in Torrance.
I want to welcome you all here. We're here today because of you, all of you. This is the 10th anniversary of the Roaring 90s Club.
The Social Club for Adults 90 years and older celebrated a huge milestone recently. The South Bay chapter, which has more than 90 members, celebrated their 10th anniversary with a New Year's themed luncheon featuring singer Clarence Ulrich, a former member of the Drifters. He sang and selected classic songs the seniors would recognize from their youth and encouraged dancing and sing-along participation. The club was founded to honor the growing community of seniors and is funded completely by community support. For more information on the Roaring 90s Club, you can visit solutionsforseniorliving.com. Well, that's going to do it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Chun. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.